All right, welcome back to 278 Sports Street. Today I'm joined by
Jacob.
and
Sean.
all right, today we're just gonna be going around. We got the first week of baseball going on. Jacob, what are your thoughts on it? How's it looking right now?
It's been a hell of a week, Mr. Bobby. I love what I'm seeing so far. The teams that I thought weren't gonna do great are proving me wrong, and that's kind of one of the things I'm kind of focusing on today. You know, I know we disagree about the Mets. You know, whatever.
I think we still have to wait and see how they're gonna turn out.
From what I've seen so far, I'm not disappointed. I
I'm
like what I'm seeing. They just need to put it all together.
They're
late
playing
in the
scrappy
season.
right now.
Yeah, and once they get out shake off all the rust, get out all the kinks, I think they'll be all right. I really do. And one team that's really surprising me is the White Sox. They're 3-4 right now. I really thought they were gonna be better. Really thought that.
I mean, I think they have to kind of work out the kinks. You got Yerman Mercedes,
Mhm.
the rookie, doing amazing right now. I think they just really have to work on it and just figure themselves out before we can really make a judgment on them.
Yeah, and I think that's the way for a lot of teams right now. I can't really say one person's the best in the league at something. I feel like it's more just who's the hottest player right now. It's only 10 games, I think total for everybody. Not even.
Not even. It's 7.
Not even. Yeah.
About 7, 8 games right now.
I think, some of the rookies coming in, I've seen a lot of guys, just on Instagram, this person's never pitched above A ball, and now they just struck out the side.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of those stories, and I think that's kind of, I like seeing those. It's bringing the energy back to baseball a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of just have those guys that are coming up, kind of having that rookie luck first couple weeks. I think once we see who actually lasts and who doesn't last in it, will be the ones that will come through.
Absolutely.
So, we have to wait and see with these hot streaks because a lot of guys are going to start out hot and then kind of just fall off as the season goes on.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sean, what about you? What do you think of so far what you've seen?
I think so far that's why I'm going to agree with my friend Jacob over here. I'm pretty surprised with some of the things. I think it's still pretty early in the season, so there's a lot that could change, and you got to keep an eye out and keep watching these games and see where they're going. I want to give a special shout out to my team, the Phillies, who these two hate, but I think they're doing pretty well so far, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Oh, yeah, the Phillies.
I definitely can't hate that, though.
No.
JT's been playing.
JT has been showing up
He's
to
been a
play.
dog. He's been a dog this year.
They're doing good. I'll give them that, as much as I hate to say it. I mean, they beat the Mets, so
That wasn't very hard.
shut up.
I mean,
Shut up.
It's not a very hard task for many teams this year, is it?
What do you mean?
Still early.
Still
Alright.
way too early.
I still talk my talk. It's all right.
I mean, hey, you see that win yesterday? You see that bat flip by Jeff
I
McNeil?
did like that.
That was a dirty bat flip. Oh
Can-
my God.
Can we just bring up the fact that Michael Conforto leaned into a pitch in the strike zone,
Yeah.
and I don't even have words for that. How do you feel about that as a Mets fan? That slid out.
I feel that we've been on the bad end of so many calls in our history. We've had so much bad luck. This was a lucky break for us.
All right, it's the Mets. They're supposed to have bad calls and not lucky breaks.
Well,
That's the
I'm
whole
happy
point.
about
That's
it.
the whole point of the Mets.
No,
They're not supposed to win.
we're
games.
changing the story.
All
We're
right.
changing the script.
It's early.
Flip the script.
It's early.
Come on now.
It's early.
Come on now.
It's early.
Flip the script. That's my motto for this season for the Mets. Get out of here with your Dodgers.
Yeah. What's that headline? Hit by pitch or K?
Call goes Mets way
did
and
you
walk
see-
off.
did you see how
walk
far-
off hit by pitch?
Did you see how far he leaned in?
I don't care. We won. That's all that matters.
Dude stuck his elbow into the zone.
Those were not the Astros.
I agree. All right, go on.
Actually,
all right. We can
I'm-
agree on that one.
I'm gonna say this now. Astros aren't looking terrible this year.
They're not looking terrible, but as a true baseball fan, I can't root for the Astros.
Yeah,
anymore.
no, definitely can't. But they're actually looking decent this year.
There's some guys that I can root for on the Astros, like the guys that just came in and stuff. But
You can't really
like,
root for Jose Altuve or Carlos Correa
when
right
I see
now.
when I see Correa hit a home run, it just makes my stomach turn.
Yeah.
Obviously the whole cheating thing's over. We as baseball fans we need to move past it. But that was I think it was the biggest scandal that we've seen in MLB history.
Mm-mm. White Sox 19.
You think that was bigger?
that was huge?
I'm not,
Gambling on their own games.
I'm not saying it wasn't huge, but they won a whole World Series.
That White Sox team did too.
I understand that, but this is why I think it's bigger than that one. It's new age.
Yeah.
The what made the scandal bigger, I think, was because it was.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't even just the Astros in it too. So I see where you're coming from because it was.
Yeah. Because,
it was the Astros, the Red Sox, Yankees were doing it at some point.
And I've heard like that's honestly one of my biggest hot takes as a baseball fan, and I've heard people say, "What about the steroid era?" But this is my theory on that one. It wasn't just one team using steroids. Every hitter in the league at that time was using steroids.
Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa.
You can rattle them off for hours.
Yeah.
When, obviously the Red Sox and the Yankees and some of the other teams, they were doing stuff, nothing like they were.
They weren't doing it to success like the Astros were.
Exactly. The Yankees still had success, but they weren't doing all of that. They won the whole World Series.
They had like actual signs from their dugout to the batters of what pitch is coming, right?
Yeah. And I
said, did they have mics?
I've heard of a buzzer. I've seen I've heard the trash can.
Mm-hmm.
And as a Dodgers fan, that broke my heart. And even just as a baseball fan, but as a Dodgers fan, that hurt.
Yeah. You guys.
Because
that was your World Series to lose right there, actually. So
exactly, and that's why and this is the reason why I think it's bigger than everything else. They used it because they were not the better team, and they beat the team that should have won. And obviously it's baseball, stuff happens,
Things could have.
But that's like the extreme.
Mm-hmm. It makes you wonder, if there are any other teams out there doing it, or if they're.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, I bet you they're not, because there's just a man hunt
they're
for
probably
it.
super paranoid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, let's move past the stupid Astros. I went on a bit of a rant there.
All right, who you got next? Who's a either underdog that you kind of are surprised by, or a team that you thought was going to do good and just isn't amounting up to what you thought?
One of the guys that I actually want to look out for is Nick Castellanos.
He's been hot lately.
I like him a lot. He's got that swagger to him.
Yeah.
And that's what I think takes his game to the next level.
It's crazy. He's been around a little bit, and now he's finally starting to break out.
He's been slowly doing it. He did a little bit last year.
On the Tigers, he was kind of just like an average, everyday player.
And then on the Cubs, he was
Mm-hmm.
I think he found his place with the Reds, and he's leading them now, which I really like seeing.
Reds needed that.
Yeah.
They didn't really have that player to lead them.
Mm-hmm. And my other guy is Shohei Ohtani. I love watching this kid play. Absolutely love watching him play. When you can go from the mound and then hit a ball 15 rows deep.
I saw a stat the other day. He had the hardest thrown ball of the season so far and the hardest hit ball of the season.
In the same game.
Yeah.
How could you not love watching that? This is a kid who I think, he's not going to hit 400. That's unrealistic. He's not going to have a 1 ERA. He's going to sit 3 ERA, 260, 300. That's cool with me.
Yeah.
I love that because then he's producing on both sides of the ball. And I think that's what the Angels need right now.
My biggest thing with him brings me back to that's not sustainable. There's no way you can go out and be a starting pitcher 1 day a week or 2 days a week or whatever, and then go out and bat 300.
Yeah.
There's no way that's going to last him long. I think he has at least, I would say 7 to 8 years of doing that consistently, and then he has to figure out if he wants to either move just to hitting or just to pitching.
Or even this one, just go to the bullpen once a week. That's easy.
Could do that, yeah.
That's super easy.
Thank you for letting me use your phone.
You're good.
Oh, whatever. Got it.
No, it's fine.
Whatever.
We'll just cut it.
Just got it.
I don't care. It's part of a podcast.
Whatever.
We have some people in the background. But no, definitely Shohei Ohtani. He's a player to definitely watch out for, but in terms of sustainability, he definitely doesn't have it in that way.
Yeah, but I also think people are expecting too much from him.
Yeah.
Because people are expecting that 1 ERA and him batting 400. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
If you're looking at realistic, that's not going to happen. That can't happen.
The only time that happens is high school or college.
Exactly. No one's going to come to the big leagues and do that. I think if people not lower the expectations a little bit, but just let him play a full season and then make expectations.
Okay.
Let the reins loose for a year.
Because he hasn't really had a full season because of injuries and all that, right?
Exactly. I think he needs to show himself that he can do it all. And once that happens, then make the expectations after one full year of play.
Okay. I think I can. I like that. I'll definitely have to keep an open mind with him, see how he does. But
And that's all I'm saying. I think people just need to keep an open mind because what he's doing is not normal.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it's starting to become more normal with like Brandon McKay, Michael Lorenzen, but he was kind of the first one to really bring it back. So I think people just kind of need to put their foot on the brake a little bit, let him play. He's super young. Just let him do what he can do.
And
That easy.
Yeah, definitely. Another guy that I want to look at right now is Yadier Molina.
Ooh,
We got an old vet right now batting 304 through the first 7 games.
I love Yachty.
He hit a tank the other day, dude. A tank.
I want to know what his little secret is because how long has he been in the league? He was one of my favorite
He
catchers.
was drafted
growing
in
up.
2000.
He was one of my favorite catchers growing up.
Was I even born when he was drafted?
I wasn't born. I was not born when he was
I
drafted.
don't think any of us were alive when he was drafted.
And he's still putting up these numbers.
Yeah.
I love it. I can't root against
He's
Yachty.
just a workhorse.
I can't root
honestly.
against Yachty. I never could.
And he's still putting up numbers behind the plate too. He's still like a defensive catcher,
Mm-hmm.
which is insane. The catcher, how long is a normal catcher's lifespan in baseball? 10 years maybe.
I mean, I always go back to my usual poster boy is Buster Posey. I think he was like 8 years, 6 to 8 years.
6 to 8 years, and then he had to go to first base. Joe Mauer too.
Yep.
Joe Mauer couldn't stick it behind the plate anymore, so he had to go to first. That's like the big thing with catchers; they don't have sustainability, like we've been saying.
It's just too much on their legs.
But Yachty is a different breed, I guess. Like
Yeah, he's
man
doing
just goes at it.
he's doing something right. I mean, I love watching Yachty.
He's a great player. All right, Sean, you got any players you've been looking at?
Yeah, I've been taking a look at Cody Bellinger to see from the Dodgers. I want to see how he's doing. What, you guys don't?
He's not doing good this year.
I
will
know,
let
bro,
you
but
know.
he was a first pick last time. His freaking shoulder. Sorry, you can't.
You're good. You're good.
His shoulder just needs to have work. That's all I'm gonna say. I feel like he's got a lot in him.
Let's pull up Cody
guys-
Bellinger's stats this
You
year.
got to give him some respect.
He's
okay?
batting like 211.
That's one of his favorite players.
He is
trust me.
my favorite player. He's batting like 211.
Okay, bro, but it's
He's not
so
doing good.
early. If that heals, he's gonna be a monster.
That is true. He could have just started on a cold streak.
Oh yeah, I mean that's usually how he is. He usually starts the first
It
half
takes
cold.
time to heal.
So right now
He's
he's
just playing like
19 at bats,
dog right now.
4 hits, 211.
He's got
It
potential.
is
He's an
early.
underdog. He's an underdog. He's got to work on it.
I mean,
He-
last
he's
year,
he's one of the best players in the league,
last year,
without a doubt.
his stats were insane.
Mm-hmm.
How many home runs did he hit?
A lot.
He was in the running with Pete Alonso for number 1 hit home runs.
Mm-hmm. I know.
So he definitely just has to kind of find his stride again. But I mean, let's see his stats in the World Series last year. Let's pull this up real quick. Cody Bellinger. I mean, 239. I don't know. He's a power hitter. He's not gonna go out and give you average. I don't think.
I see him more as like a Ronald Acuna, power speed,
Yeah.
not contact. He's a power speed guy, but I don't know.
he's someone to keep your eye on.
He's my boy. I
That's
want him
what
to
I'm
do
saying.
better than that. 211's not that great.
Anyone else on the Dodgers you got your eye on right now? I mean, obviously Trevor Bauer went out there and was lights out in his first start for the Dodgers.
I mean, I don't know if I really have my eye on like one specific person more than just kind of the whole roster staying together. Honestly, I don't know. It's kind of a tough question.
Yeah.
Honestly, just like one, because I mean, obviously Cody B's my favorite. He's my guy. You know, but I always look for guys like Kenley, like our back bullpen guys. Because if they're healthy, we're not gonna lose. And I genuinely think that
Yeah.
because we can out hitting a team's not that hard with this lineup.
Well, it's just a matter of your lineup producing.
And yes, that's always a factor too. But they've produced the last couple years, so there's no really doubt in my mind that they're not going to produce.
I mean, has there really been a change since last year in their lineup?
Not really, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like they've produced this lineup for a solid 2 years now. there's no real doubt in my mind that they're not going to again. Just because of how stacked up that lineup is and how deep our bench is. Like, someone needs a day off. We can have not a bench guy go in, but another starter on another team. He could start another team.
You sent me that video of Trevor Bauer though in his first start. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Some of his off-speed stuff is dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's scary.
If he didn't blow up late in the game, he would have been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, that first one he blew up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but
But again, I have no problem with that start. It was at Coors Field. Coors is a factor with any pitcher, any hitter.
yeah, but
That's
also
fact.
you have to think when he goes back to LA, that's gonna be his first time pitching in Showtime. Like, he's in LA, like he's in Showtime baseball right now.
But
Like, is he gonna be used to that? Like, I know he's a flashy pitcher and everything.
I think Bauer is Showtime material. I really do. He has, and it's like little stuff that he does.
He is
His
yeah.
YouTube channel. It's little stuff. He connects with fans wherever he goes. He was asking fans where he should sign. And I think when you bring that into Showtime, you're going to have so many people rooting for you, it's not even going to matter. Because that ballpark is going to be electric. And then when he pumps strike 3 at the end of an inning, does his little McGregor walk coming to the dugout, it's going to get everybody fired up.
Yeah.
I think he's Showtime, for sure.
Love Trevor Bauer as a pitcher. I mean, wish he went to the Mets, but
And he's a California boy.
is it?
He's from North Hollywood.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
so he's in his
He
hometown
is
now.
Hollywood.
Oh, he's Hollywood to the max.
Mm-hmm. And he's a prick. I mean,
Oh,
I know,
he
I
definitely
know,
is a
I know
prick.
that comes across as an insult to a lot of people, but he has
No.
he has that swagger. He doesn't let hitters mess with him.
As the umpires in my high school league used to call my team, he's a Joe.
He's a Joe.
He's
Yeah.
a Joe.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
All right. Moving on from that, have you seen the Braves so far this season?
Haven't seen much of them. Just
2-4 so far.
and I think that's why. I don't really know what's going on there. They were my pick. I mean, again, 6 games.
I mean,
Calm down, but like
they didn't get their first win until a little bit later in the week. Like,
not
this
the
is a
start I was
team.
hoping for. Yeah.
Just think, before they got their first win the other day, they had not had a win since
They lost to
since
the Dodgers.
they won. Yeah, since they won like Game 2 or Game 3 of the
Yeah.
ALCS.
Yeah, since they beat the Dodgers last year.
So yeah, it's off to a shaky start for the Braves, but I think they still have time to. They definitely have time to just pick it up. But
I mean, their home run leader is Pablo Sandoval.
oh man,
Oh, boys are down bad this year.
Yeah, but the Braves always find a way to crawl back up. I feel like everyone gets too confident, and they always come back up. Every
Yeah.
time. Like, seriously, they come at the very end with
I
heat,
feel.
and
I
they
think
always
that's.
do
I think that's the Phillies' problem, honestly.
It-
Like I hate to say it.
Phillies
but,
get off to a hot
And
start.
They always
and
the
wait
Braves-
out, and
They're
the
very.
Braves-
They're very
yeah,
streaky team.
That's what it is. They get too confident. They think,
Yeah.
oh, we're good, and then they
Yeah.
get screwed on.
Wait, did you guys see in the Mets Phillies game the other day when Bryce Harper ate it in the outfield?
Love that. I love
He
that.
ate
That was great.
it.
That was great.
But no, the Braves are just a August September baseball team. They'll
Yeah.
go out there and they'll go like 30-10.
They eat though. At the
Just
end.
for fun, like just because they can.
Yeah, that's like the Mets who go 8. What was it the one year they went like
What,
16
0
and
and-
4 in
162?
April?
Oh,
No,
I was thinking of 0 and 160.
they went 16 and like 2 in April, and then after that they didn't do anything.
Yeah. I feel like especially the NL East this year is really just kind of whoever gets on the longest streak.
Yeah, whoever gets hot for the longest, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, the Marlins to me are kind of out of it. Just
Yeah.
they don't have enough pieces yet. They're getting there. I think they're getting there.
They put up a good
Jazz-
fight against the Mets.
Jazz Chisholm, I think he could win Rookie of the Year in my mind already.
Really?
I think he's one of my dark horses for Rookie of the Year, definitely. You know who else? You know, get Phillies, Braves, both
Solid team.
solid. Mets should be the winner.
If,
At this point.
if everything goes right, the Mets should be the winner. It's just a matter of everyone staying healthy and just kind of doing what everyone's there to do.
Yeah.
Like Francisco Lindor producing how he's supposed to on that big contract he just signed. Pete Alonso continuing his success. J.D. Davis continuing success. Michael Conforto being the player he's supposed to be. Jeff McNeil continuing his success. It's just a matter of all these people doing what they have to do.
So I know you're a Mets fan, so I like to look up little quick facts about the Mets. Did you know that they will be paying Bobby Bonilla longer than Frankie Lindor?
Yes, I do know that.
I find that
We
funny.
don't bring up Bobby Bonilla,
I find that funny.
that ungrateful piece of work.
Hey, woo!
I don't like Bobby.
I
Bonilla.
find that hilarious. Like, and again, I'm not a Mets fan, so like, I can't like react.
You
to
don't
it.
you don't understand how
like would you give Frankie $300 million? Like
so
look like as a Dodgers fan, if we didn't have like some of our pieces, I wouldn't give him $300 million. I don't know. That's just too much for too long to me. I think he's a 5-year guy.
just look at the history of the Mets. When's the last time we really had a star player like Frankie Lindor?
I would think David Wright.
And look
As
what we
a
did. with-
fielder or just star in general?
just in terms of his star factor, having that player just put someone on the map for
I
us.
mean, you have DeGrom.
We do have DeGrom.
Syndergaard rookie year. I mean,
We don't, I'm
It's
talking
fine,
about
yeah.
on the offensive side of the ball though.
Okay.
Like when's the last time we other than like so we had David Wright was probably our most recent,
Yeah.
and then after that like Mike Piazza. We have these generational guys like we had Mike Piazza for what like the 90s 2000s.
So basically,
Then David Wright took over the role.
So your theory is just sign one good guy really long until he's done.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Because then they can grow consistently around.
Because they
that
build
guy.
around that one player.
Okay.
You have your number one, and then you feed people to like fit him. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? You cater towards his. Like you don't need. You have too many stars. They're gonna start clashing.
10 years. It's a lot.
It's a lot, but I think Frankie Lindor
'Cause
is
he's-
just he's so electric when he plays. Like he
Oh, I'm
just
not
brings the
denying that.
morale up so much.
Oh, I'm not.
Like
I'm
that
not,
smile is contagious on the field.
Yeah, I'm not going to dispute that at all. But so he'll be playing until he's 37.
It's fine. I mean, there's.
By the end of his career, he probably won't be worth the contract, but just his aura
And-
being on the field is going to be worth good.
And that's my thing. He's not going to be worth it towards the end of the career. So why wouldn't you give him a 5-year for a large amount?
Biggest thing is to secure him.
Well, and then after that, you build a relationship with him. So when those 5 years are up, he's not signing anywhere
Well,
else.
I feel like he didn't want to get screwed over like he did with the Indians. Like they kind of just left him out to dry. Honestly, I think he was
Mm-hmm.
just hurt, so he wanted a team that's going to take him in.
Okay.
To be honest, money speaks. He's not gonna. It might be 5 years, but if this other team's offering him a better deal, he might just go. You know, they have other. If he thinks that this isn't working
yeah.
for him, he's gonna go to a team.
He
that's
could go to
better.
a team that's going to be winning.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know that the Mets are going to be winning. He's their key piece.
He might not just want to be known for the Mets. He wants to be known nationally better. You know what I'm saying? Like become not just stuck to one team. If he can build his career on other platforms, it'd be better for him.
I mean, if he comes back like
Okay.
he was on that Indian World Series team this year,
Yeah.
everyone's going to have to look out for him.
Okay. I don't hate that. I don't know. It's just not. I like. And this might just be because I like more West Coast style baseball, but I like guys betting on themselves a lot more. Like I like how Bauer's contract's laid out. How he kind of runs his contracts is shorter, decent amount of money, but they're shorter so he bets on himself. I think I just like seeing those more.
I think you like seeing those big time blockbuster deals every couple years just so that you see like stuff happening,
I would
people
rather-
moving.
I would rather have guys bet on themselves
I like seeing
than just staying somewhere.
I like seeing guys that go and they stick with their franchise though. I mean, I was a
Yeah.
David Wright fan, so
Yeah.
I love that franchise player.
Mm-hmm.
I like seeing the one guy
Kershaw.
You have Kershaw.
Yeah.
You have Kershaw on the Dodgers. David Wright was on the Mets. That's their franchise. DeGrom's going to be another franchise for the Mets.
Mhm.
Who else you got? I mean, honestly, franchise players aren't as common now. Like Yadier Molina is another one. But like, I feel like it's not as big as
Adam
it used
Wainwright,
to be.
same guy, same team.
hmm
Adam Wainwright.
Like, I mean, you have all these like big players. They get traded every like 5 years. Like Bryce Harper.
And I don't know.
Like-
I feel like I think I kind of like that more. Just excitement for the league
Yeah, I mean,
to a point. To a point.
Yeah.
I'll say to a point.
it takes away the nostalgia that we have watching the game when you have your favorite player on your team that is always there.
Yeah. But like, yeah.
You got to think about it. They think about how they're gonna get the fans to watch. You want to get those players that everyone feels like
And that's-
attached to.
And that's my thing. If you want fans to come in, get the superstars.
Yeah, but you don't know that all. Like, I'm talking about in terms of gearing it towards kids, because kids
Okay.
latch on to one player on their
then
team.
Yes, I completely agree with that. Yeah. Okay.
Because that brings in more like engagement. Like a kid picks who they like on their team. That's the team they like for the rest of their lives because of this one player.
Okay.
Like my example,
I don't
like,
hate that.
like I would do projects in school on Ryan Howard. Like that was
Ryan
my
Howard
guy.
chased
like,
that lead, Jimmy
so
Rollins.
even when he was
yeah.
doing bad towards the
Yeah.
end, I was still rooting for him. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like that was my guy.
That was me with David Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know
Okay,
that they
I
probably
see
should.
that then.
They probably shouldn't have the spot, but you know you've seen them in their best, so that's how you just always picture them. You know.
I mean, the Phillies didn't make any moves for like 7 years.
Well, what was it from like 07 till like
I don't think
till they went out and got Bryce Harper? They hadn't made a big
I
move.
think that team even changed.
That-
no,
that
I
only
get
team-
that though. Having like your star, because I kind of see that with Kershaw. Then
Yeah.
I see it. I don't know. I just don't think he's worth that much money.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Honestly, he still has to prove himself.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be interesting to see if he can. If
Yeah.
not, I mean, I'm going to be very mad if he doesn't produce. But
And that's my thing. I think he can produce for a year or two, maybe 3, 4. I think after that it's just kind of like a dud.
yeah,
I hate I root for Frankie because he's such an electric player. I think he's kind of like an older Tatis to me.
exactly.
He has that electric to him.
When he came up, he was a lot like Tatis.
Yeah, and I root for him. I have some doubts.
All right, we'll have to see on that.
Yeah.
Other than that, you got anything else?
I'm chilling.
All right, what about you, Sean?
I'm good too.
All right, well, this has been 278 Sports Street. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.
Deuces.
Peace.
Guys.